Right. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only. Devin, whose business are you digging in today, man?
Eggs and ass. They both went up this year. You didn't know that?
Listen, mama, here's your boy. And he got something to say.
I've always believed firmly, on paper, I am a white man.
Brother Kenny, Mr. Pound Town himself. Sir,
I'm unbothered. I'm getting ready to go walk my fish again and fly my cat. That cat during this whole 4 years. That's all I'm gonna do.
Listen, y'all.
We apologize.
I really try to control my show as much as I can, but when y'all get started, oh my God.
It's TFG tonight. With Brenton Haynes, Kenny the sports guy, and Mr. Lee Black, and the lady of the hour, Miss Devin Devine. Yes, sir.
What is up, everybody? It is Friday, and we all here, and I am too excited. I am so excited to be with my family. I tell y'all, I'm like a crackhead without my hit. Ain't that what they call it? I be needing that hit, man. Yeah, so I appreciate y'all taking the time. So for sure. So I'm not gonna play it right. Everybody doing all right?
We are. Y'all
Good.
good?
I listen. I don't know. I got some of the stuff I'm finna talk about. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel after we get through with all this. We'll find out. All right, listen, y'all. If we say something y'all like, by all means, please feel free to give a little change in the tip jar, and we will make things happen for y'all. But what we do is we keep up with politics, and again, the longer we stay gone, the more stuff I've just refused to talk about, and we just gonna just quickly get to it. So last time, Lee Black, we was on here. I say the best for last, but now I gotta ask you because we was hitting and missing with Mitch, but at least now we know where Lindsey. Well, we probably don't know where he is, but we know he ain't here no more. So we just don't know where he gonna be at. But Lee Black, we thought it was Mitch, but it was Lindsey.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna take one for the other, or are we gonna still wait for Mitch? Or how you see things?
Fingers crossed that he on his way to.
Now, listen. I find it very interesting that they have put his sister. And again, I don't know all the rules to the Senate until things happen. But at the same time, you have to just ask yourself this question: like, man, how is it that his sister can all of a sudden just automatically be put in, and all of it like this? These folk crazy. Crazy.
How good it is to be white. Look, folks, I'm keeping it funky and keeping it real. But let's be realistic. We know that only happens when you are white. I'm not sugarcoating. I'm saying as plain as can be. if that was any other race and culture, you can't. How can you just automatically be grandfathered in because he passed? Again, they didn't go through no elections, no special elections, no nothing. That it's his sister. And her only qualification is that she loved her brother.
That's it.
I was going to ask, what was her qualifications?
They literally said how close they were, and so she's lit through some special concession.
Yeah,
we've seen things in our government now that defy logic. Our president is a convicted felon and has active race rapist. He literally was he has. The court made him finally pay the lady $5.6 million that he's been keeping from her. So he's a convicted felon rapist. And I could keep going, but here we have a long-term senator that passed, and the only qualification is that his sister loved him. Let's just fucking put her in the seat, and that's good enough. And the idea that CNN is complicit in this. The fact that this small show is questioning that tenured journalists, law professors, nobody's questioning. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, it's the rule, though. Yeah. I mean, it's a rule, but she got to be voted in November still. So
the fact that she even fucking allowed to be in the room don't make any sense.
Hey, listen, I'm with you. I'm with you, sister. I'm gonna swing the pendulum all the way back the other way. Now the DOJ had I don't think it's either Washington Post or New York Times. Somebody reported that these folk been lying about how many people done died in this Iran war. And so now that somebody has done, they started leaking information. All of a sudden, we went from 3 here, 7 here, so it's almost like almost over 100 people that done died or something to that. Whatever it is, the numbers is wrong, and they've been lying since they've been fighting these boys. And I'm just like, where they do that at?
What's sad about it is I feel like nobody really cares. It's
Man.
That's what the weirdest thing is.
Yes.
It is to me, because I hate to say this because I know it's very common, but I just feel like if a Democrat was in office, we'd hear so much more about this making no sense and how it, like, because I think a girl from my area like was recently on my timeline, and she was just a 19-year-old girl that had just gone to the military that was killed. And I just don't think enough people care. That's what I really want to know. Like, yeah, it's sad, and we all know they lie. I don't think any of us are shocked by them lying. I'm just shocked no one actually cares.
That's the point for me. And that's the whole point. I guess I didn't even think about it like that till you said it. That's the problem. Nobody's in uproar, not even the government.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's like anyway, I don't know. Get it.
No, Black want to say something.
Well,
He want to chime in.
Right, go ahead.
I'll come after you, my brother.
No, go ahead, Black. I think you continue your thought.
Well, I just wanted to add to that how right Lady D is. In my business, you know how normally you get a military student and we're programmed to say thank you for your military service.
Right.
You are so right that with the sentiment and the tide has turned towards the military, Israel included. I don't know if you've been following this, but it didn't help that this week, not last week, that the general, whatever his role is, he sat in front of Congress, him and Headsworth, and with a straight face, the head of the chief joint staff joints, and asked for $1.7 billion from the American people. And the chief joint of staff of that big 870 million of it is supposed to go to the military. So it's very hard for the American citizen, John Q. Citizen, to reconcile that gas prices, food prices, housing prices, cost of liberals and goods are at levels we haven't seen in the last 40 years, and that the military wants more money to fund an illegal war, a fucking war that y'all started and backing. So that sentiment, Lady D, it's hard for us to give any fucks at this point.
Yeah.
Nah, man, these folks crazy. Well, Ken, I'm gonna ask you this because again, we find more politics find itself into the sports world. FIFA, they just Spain won, and actually they won because Trump picked the other team to win. So again, Trump is consistently over when it comes to everything sports, right? But at the same time, this fool trying to get in the picture with the very people that he demoralizes and talks down to. And man, he cats didn't want nothing to do with Trump, but he was trying his. But they cropped him out of their picture.
Yeah, but his people lied and said they didn't.
Oh yes, they did.
I'm saying Trump people saying they lied.
Yeah.
It say he did. They didn't crop him out. They say he left on his own accord.
No, it was the same picture.
Do we really believe that clown did leave? Do he has any coup? We know he didn't leave.
We saw live.
I know. That's why I'm telling you. His people, him included,
right,
saying he left on his own.
Yeah.
That's why he wasn't in the picture, but he was pulled out of it. Man, you know, I could care less about that clown. He just wants to have his hands in everything, including sports, which he should leave alone. But it's just a sad state of America, man, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are. We can't even enjoy sports anymore. Now, without knuckleheads like him, you know, putting his place in it where he doesn't need to be, putting his business. We're not even talking about we sure with WNBA where we got these congressmen. Talking about investigating on Caitlin Clark. I think we
We
kind
talked
of
about that
talking
last
that.
week. Yeah.
But so there you have it, man. You can't even enjoy sports anymore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Black.
And y'all have to forgive me for being loquacious tonight, but I've had to hold all my comments in till I see the family. But even on the sports arena, I personally am glad all this FIFA shit is gone too, because living here in Dallas, one of the host cities, which is hotter than hell, you know. But having said that, you know, that Argentina won, it's been widely reported of how racist a country it is, and they've had a lot of incidences, particularly in Atlanta, you know, where, you know, that was a whole city and they don't play that shit there, you know. And then you've even had people like Samuel L. Jackson speaking out about the fact that, you know, so there was a lot of reported incidents of these Argentinian people. So this is my soliloquy to Argentina: get your fucking ass back to your country. You can steal some of our ranch dressing if you want, but I don't care if you ever visit America.
Yeah.
That just came out of left field. Not the ranch dressing. I didn't. Okay, all right. I don't even want to know.
Yeah. They love ranch dressing. They never had it before.
The airlines reported how much they had to confiscate ranch dressing.
They love it.
They were trying to steal it. You know about that?
Yeah, I know that. I didn't even know how dirty they was until the game they played. So it was like, wow, yeah, they were pretty. That's a pretty dirty team, man. So what? Well, you know, okay, it's all good. Well, all right, y'all. That's all we got to talk about is politics. Because again, I can't keep up with all this stuff. It's ridiculous. So, all right. Well, listen, I got a couple of follow-ups I want to bring to y'all's attentions. Number one, I will shake my little tail feather. You know, when we talked about months ago, like what show do we want to see them reboot? You know, I picked Different World, and you know, Netflix heard me. They didn't want to give my money, but okay, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want, but they bringing it back. But I don't know how I feel. Like they trying to. The way they have y'all seen like some of the trailers?
I
haven't seen any of the trailers. I just seen the pictures.
Hey, so what are y'all thinking? I'm not really feeling it. Like how they trying to film it. They filming it like it's a. I don't even know. Maybe Kenny can tell me the type of. It don't look like the Different World we're used to seeing. It almost looked like it's you know, one of them TV shows like the white people doing. It's almost like a movie looking like. It don't look real live like that. It look like I don't know. Black, what you think when you saw the trailer?
So you got to understand, they're leaning towards where we are now with web series. You know, Issa Rae is killing the game right now with web series, and Kai Kanai. I just know this type of shit because my head is filled with useless nonsense. But you know, he's a social media influencer, and he has an actual university for social media, however you pronounce his name or whatever. Yes, but so. This reboot is leaning into this generational thing. And so in order to reboot it, that you got to realize that's the demographic that they hoping to attract the most. Yeah, they're hoping we as nostalgia will tune in and say, hey, this is one of my favorite shows. But I'm with you, Brother Brenton, that I don't anticipate liking it. And again, I'm already seeing that they're going to write it in with that same silliness of what's that little fat dumb fucker that hosted the award show the other night?
Oh, Drewski.
Yeah, so it appeals to that kind of demographic.
Oh, sister, I'll say this because again, when Debbie first did Different World, she was a lot younger. Now she's her generation is maybe 2 or 3 generations past the one she's trying to read. I don't know if she's gonna have the same effect that she did on us on these kids. So.
I don't think any of us on this panel could rewatch these reboots of older shows. I think we would be bored. I think we would think it's fake. I think there's too much political correctness now. There's too many social norms. I don't know if y'all remember, because I was a big sitcom fan, especially like all Black sitcoms. They hit on some very like touchy subjects back then. They could be honest. They could say certain things and that were sensitive and made you feel like certain types of emotion. And I think today everybody has to be so politically correct to avoid being canceled or sued or being insensitive and all that crap, to where I think us on this panel would be so uninterested unless they just didn't give a damn and pulled a Chappelle show and just said what was really real.
So yeah, I mean, Kenny, you know, at the end of the day, I may watch one or two, but I don't. I mean, all the people we know, they looking old. I just don't really see how they go. Jasmine Guy, she's looking more guy than Jasmine now.
Yeah, that used to be my crush too. But good Lord, look like she been crushed. I'm like, gee whiz, what the world?
Y'all know we don't all age the same now.
Yeah, that's the white part in her.
Yeah, Lord, I know she can't do that Whitley voice now. I just know she
it's probably not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't see what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna keep an open mind. I definitely want to watch the first or 2 episodes just to keep an open mind, see if they can hold me.
Yeah.
If I feel like this is just something that they just pasted up on the wall, I'm not coming back. But I definitely want to give it a shot. And I think the one thing they probably gonna try to emphasize with this show is HBCU enrollment, because I think that's a big thing, which that show really increased when it originally. That's what got a lot of us interested in going to HBCU. So I think that's probably going to be something they're going to really piggyback off of. I think you're going to see them really try to push the HBCU education to African Americans.
Good. All right. Well, we'll see what it do, and we'll see how it pan out. But I just ain't in the mood for it. So all right, whatever. Well, you know, and just to reiterate here, this ain't gonna be no Cosby episode right here. You know, Malcolm Jamal Warner, he passed away early this year.
Last year. It was a year ago.
Last year?
It was a year ago. Matter of fact, she filed the lawsuit on his year anniversary of his death. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me something. Well, apparently, there it is. Kenny, the wife filed a lawsuit against the mama. She said that he breached his prenup or something like that. You know more about what she talking about, Kenny?
I'm sure Black. Yeah. I mean, from what I've read through the
Black,
reports,
you know?
Black. Yeah. I know Black. Okay. I know Lady D know too. Okay. You know they know.
Well, come on, Pebbles and Bam Bam, y'all tell us what.
Lady D, this your lady.
And he just happened to have on purple too, like Dino.
Well, first of all, a prenup wouldn't even be enforceable because they were never divorced. And second of all, she's going by what he promised. He promised he was going to open a policy for 1.3 mil or 1.2 mil, one of them. And so he was going to sue the estate or the trust that is where his mom is the executor of that trust. And he put that trust in place in 96. He's only been married to her. Well, not only, they've been married for long enough for him to change the trust and get some things swapped over so that it can be in his daughter's name, or that it can benefit his daughter or be in the daughter's interest. I feel like he didn't like her like that because now, mind you, my husband and I are still struggling to get our trust notarized. That we just put in place, but we just created that trust like this year.
Okay.
But it's hard to find someone sometimes during the day in our area to come with us to get things notarized because everybody got jobs and lives and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So that's what we're kind of working on. But I know it wouldn't take us 5 to 6 years to get the trust put in place. And I also believe if he and I had small children, it probably would have been done like so much sooner, especially with as much as he and I travel and he travels alone and things of that nature. But I don't know how you can sue someone over a promise. I don't know if a trust has a child support obligation, because to me, that's the only way that she would win. But if I have a will or a trust and I say all my money and all my things go to my cat Susie, y'all just gonna have to get the hell over it and watch Susie be dripping gold. Y'all just gonna be eating Susie cat food. I don't know what to tell you. You can't just come after whatever I decided if it's mine.
Good night. Okay, Bam Bam. You got anything to add?
Lady D nailed it.
She did.
We're entering a new area, if this even is allowed to even get out the gate, that the idea that you could sue on the basis of what somebody was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, that's what we're talking about here, folks. And Lady D killed it in the sense that they have a child together. This is not an infant, you know. He's been dead a year. When he married you, if he didn't intentionally set you up in that moment to make sure that you're taken care of, look, we don't know. I don't know the intricacies of your relationship as to why he didn't do it, but the reality is, what are we talking about here? What he was supposed to do. So then so he was supposed to buy me a $5 million house, but he never got around to it.
Crazy.
He promised me this and promised me that. And it's not lost on the fact that right before this lawsuit came out, she sat down with Gayle King to do an interview. You know, so here we are on the anniversary of his death. You bringing your funky, lazy ass forward now to talk about what should have come to you. Sit your monkey ass now.
Man, listen, Jay-Z said it best. More money, more problems. And yes, Pebbles.
What I really think happened is she's new. The baby's new. No disrespect to the kid. I'm wondering if his mom and family supported him through his career and like really put a lot of money, time, and effort, as a lot of parents do with a lot of child stars. And maybe he felt like as long as my mom is alive, and if my mom outlives me, I want to make sure my mom is good. I only been knowing this hoe for 3 seconds, and maybe the mom is in a position to be able to make sure the baby is taken care of, but I don't have to give you any certain amount of money. And they were married, so they did have assets together that he probably had that she does have access to, meaning bank accounts and a home and things of that nature. So maybe what he gave her and the daughter is what he wanted to have. And he probably wanted to prioritize his mom, who made all these sacrifices his whole life to make sure that he was good. You know, Chadwick Boseman's going through the same thing with his family. As well. But they said there's a court order that mom was supposed to give half. That's totally different if a judge actually says it, opposed to if somebody said, because I would have gone for the gusto. I would have said he promised me 10 million.
Something. I will say this is the right year, man. Just more and more people are having more problems with their mothers, fathers, in-laws. You know, I ain't gonna start Bible beating y'all over the head, but Bible talks about this kind of stuff, man. And so I'm not surprised at, you know, the infighting between people. But in all reality, the boy did have us still over the estate. So I mean, I don't, like you said, I don't really know what.
And you know, again, you know, sometimes people do stuff for a reason, and maybe he wanted it like that. Like Lady D said, I you know, his mother was his manager. She like you say, she sacrificed a whole lot to get him to the position where he is. So, you know how boys feel about their mamas. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Don't get me started about no mama boy. Listen, he act more like Theo than Malcolm for real. I mean, anyway, okay. But you know, it's funny. I'll say this and we can move on. It's really funny how much different people really are compared to, because we mostly associate them as Huxtables more than we do who they are in real life.
That's real talk. Right.
That's so crazy to me, because again, I can't even watch a Cosby Show no more because I just can't look at Bill Cosby the same way again. I just can't watch it. I'm like, I'm telling them, why you keep watching the Cosby Show? Like the man probably was giving all these employees Mickeys and carrying on, you know. Now I see why Lisa Bonet was just as told off as she was.
But I can still watch it. I'm like brother Black. I can separate that from his character. That ain't, you know, I'm looking at Cliff. I ain't looking at Bill.
Y'all know how I am.
I
saw it as that was his TV family and he didn't cause them harm.
Right.
Well, you know, the yellow pudding.
So, I'm not going to go into detail, but I have a lot of opinions about everything that happened to him. I have mixed feelings.
You talking about as in jail?
Well, no, the things that he was accused of. I have mixed feelings.
Me too.
Right. Oh, well, listen, hold on.
We won't go there, but yeah.
I can only take just so much from you, Pebbles and Bam Bam. I can't do y'all. I gotta get your own show now. All that.
Pebbles and
Inside the entertainment with Pebbles and Bambi. No, I ain't doing all that.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. I gotta bring him in early because I got a lot to talk. We got a lot of sports to talk about because this is ridiculous. What's going on out here?
The
But,
ghetto.
I mean, yes, the ghetto. But Kenny, lead us in, brother. We got some folks watching tonight. It's 53 on here. Some of y'all been like this show now.
Yeah, y'all commented. It's 53 watching and no one's commenting.
Lurking in the
Please
bushes.
comment.
No.
Y'all come in and talk to us so we can talk back.
Yeah, this live. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is where I'm gonna try to get in here and get out. But it's LeBron James right now, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, that's the big news of the day. It went down around 11:30. He decided to take his talents to Philly. He's changing area codes again. He's going to Philly. If someone asked me who was the top three, and I honestly said this last week, I thought it was Cleveland, Philly, or Miami in that order. And it ended up being Philly, 2-year deal, $8 million with a player option. So that's basically a 1-year deal. So this could possibly be only a stopping point for him because I think he may eventually decide to finish his career in Cleveland. So again, this is really a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. So I just want to get everyone's reaction. Your thoughts on LeBron going to Philly? Let's start with you, Brent. Your thoughts.
Well, listen, again, I'm gonna shake my little tree twice because listen, y'all can go pull the tapes. I said this. If he gone, so is Bronny. And you see, Bronny ain't gonna he won't see that court not now time. And again, I think this for me, this is why we can't continue to set who is and who ain't the GOAT. It's just about generation in my book. You know what I'm saying? Again, whatever you've seen it, and what you didn't see, that's your fault. Go watch YouTube or whatever. I'll be honest with you. It sound good. It remind me of that time Shaq and Gary Payton and Karl Malone all went to the Lakers. It's like I seen this show before. And again, LeBron, y'all can't keep Joel healthy. So I don't see. Again, he was smart enough to go to the East. I give him that. Because again, you take that talent to the West, you're gonna finish in third right for the next 2 years. So again, this is his farewell tour. Y'all better go watch it while y'all can. So
he did say this is his last
to the Mavs.
To the Mavs, Dallas Insider. They were on the list. I would say this, the Dallas Insider. They were on the list. Of the 10 teams, they were in the bottom half of the list. They weren't in the top tier of the list. So anyway, but Lady D, he said that this is his last decision. If you remember when he first left Cleveland, they had the big show called The Decision, where he announced that he was going to Miami once he left Cleveland. But he said in his X account that this is his last decision and it's most likely going to be his last go around. Do you believe him? Is this it for LeBron?
I just need one of y'all to tell me the why. I mean, this dude is determined to be playing basketball in compression socks, Deion Sanders pins, and a walker. Like, I don't get it. Like, do you hate home life, or you have so much of nothing to do at home that you won't just stop? Why didn't you stop when you were at the top? It is so weird to me. I don't get it. I think if it's his last year, it's because he sucks and they're going to keep offering him less and less money because, let's be honest, they're only signing him so he can bring attention to the team because nobody wants his old ass to play. But I don't understand the why. And I'm not enough into like watching sports channels and things like that, I guess, to learn the why, because I swear to God, I don't understand it.
He won't be relevant anywhere else.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, he's chasing ghosts, and I'm gonna take this question to Brother Black. He's chasing ghosts because when he went to LA, we know what ghosts he was chasing. Hey, the late great Kobe Bean Bryant. He's chasing Magic. He's chasing Kareem. So now he's going to another franchise. Believe it or not, he's going to be chasing ghosts there. He's chasing Dr. J, Julius Erving, one of my favorite all-time players of all time, as well as Allen Iverson, AI, who is that guy in Philly. So again,
that is interesting. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Just
think about looking at the lineups, Brother Black.
Crazy.
Joel Embiid, if he's healthy, DJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, and now you got to remember the 76ers traded for Jaylen Brown from the Celtics.
Now who the coach?
Nick Nurse, I believe, is the head coach. So, Brother Black, even though that lineup, it sounds good, it looks great on paper, do you pencil this team in to get that chip? Do you think they're going to?
Okay. I do not.
All right.
And I will say this, full disclosure, for the first time in about 4 years, I'm genuinely excited for the NBA.
Okay.
I typically do not watch the NBA. I end up watching the playoffs, obviously, because New York was in it and they won it all. But for the first time, I'm genuinely interested because of all of the moves that have happened. For the first time in a long time, I think there's some genuine animosity between players, teams. Now, Brother Brenton, I got a different take on this.
Okay.
I think he's underestimated the East. I agree that I think his thinking is, you know what? I'm 42 years old. I don't want to go up night after night against a re-energized SGA who's going to be fully loaded with his teammate this time. Wembanyama, he's only going to get whatever his name is going to get better. You know, you got the Denver Nuggets and in the East, we know is a beast. But I think he's underestimating. I mean, in the West, he's underestimating the East. In my personal belief, you got Jason Tatum coming back. Boston is determined to get back to that spot. Detroit, young up-and-comers. New York is still New York. Indiana is a beast. Miami is now angry because you didn't choose them. I think you're underestimating what the East is going to bring, not to mention these new players that's infusing the league, and they don't revere LeBron like they used to.
Yes.
Now, I think the strategy is that you will join a team loaded with talent and we'll reserve your energy to the fourth quarter. But I don't know if him and his team are legitimately looking at the fact that the game has changed. I think he's making a crucial mistake that so many aging superstars make, and they leave when they stay around too long. The game is sped up. It's much faster. Defense wins championships. I think you're giving these young Bulls an opportunity to bust your ass in living color on regular TV on a regular basis to be able to tell their homeboys whatever. I dunked all over the so-called GOAT. And the ghost he's chasing, my brother, Mr. Sports Guy, he's chasing that one main GOAT. Because fuck with me if you want to, you're not even in my top 7 or 8 as the GOAT for me. You know, you can never replace Jordan. And the fact that you continue to change teams to be a journeyman, that speaks volumes. In your own time, LeBron, your own time, you haven't outdid Steph Curry. What does it say that there is a documentary of Hall of Fame thing
exhibit? Yes,
the Hall of Fame chose a living, breathing current player for the first time in history, and they didn't choose LeBron, they chose Steph Curry. You're not even a GOAT of your own generation. So you ask why, Lady D? His biggest flaw is he's affable. He loves to be liked. And the reality is, you're right. He's a billionaire. He's not playing for the money, but he's playing because he wants that thing that's never going to come, that farewell tour where everybody's the king, the king, the king. You actually waited a year too long, dude, because this season is not going to be what you think it is. They're going to bust your ass on the court.
And Cece, who's from Philly, she says she's not happy that he's coming here. So that's coming straight from a Philadelphia 76er fan. So there you have it. He's entering his 24th season. He'll be 42 in December. We'll see how many more miles he got on the tread, personally speaking. I mean, he's still number 1, number 2 of all time with Jordan. It depends on who you talk to. And again, that's your I never argue or debate with anybody if they feel like LeBron is the GOAT. That's your GOAT. That's fine.
Let me help him with that list.
So I don't even get into that debate anymore because the GOAT, and I've said this before, is played out. The conversation is old.
Yeah.
And you're not changing anybody's mind. If those that love LeBron, they're going to continue to love him. Those that love MJ going to continue to love him. Ain't nobody changing each other's mind. So there you have it. So we're going to see what this next season look like. But I will say this. Everybody ain't talking about the Knicks. Hell, the Knicks are the champs, first of all. they ain't really lose anybody. So
Barely.
it ain't like Philly gonna walk in here and just run the East. Even with LeBron.
but the Knicks didn't just dominate everybody. They
they did. You know how many times they lost in the playoffs, brother? They only lost 3 games in the playoffs.
Give them credit, Brenton. Give them credit.
They only lost 3 games,
You're
brother.
right. They didn't dominate.
Listen,
They swept 2 of their series.
But let me tell you, okay, so I know this ain't sports, but I'm just saying, okay, we ain't gotta argue. I'm just gonna say this as a point. At this moment, there was so many games that the other team lost those games instead of the Knicks beating them, because there's no way all them games that they were losing 30 and 20 points from, good teams bro. They
you know what? Gone. If and buts was a 5th, we all would have a Merry Christmas.
Well, tell them to win it again.
But it didn't happen.
Tell them to win it again.
Ifs don't mean a damn thing in sports.
That's
Did
fine.
you do it? If you didn't do it, it don't matter.
But you're arguing a different point. I said they did
not
dominate.
I'm arguing your point. You
I said
they
didn't dominate.
Well, if they didn't do this, they did.
They wanted a different way, and that what it takes to dig to be the heart of a champion, to come back from those losses and to accomplish it, because nobody's repeated.
We've had a different champion in the NBA for the last 9 years, so it ain't easy to do.
All right.
New York.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, that's my sports segment. We went overtime. I wasn't trying to go over.
No, you're right. Yeah, let's go to overtime now, because again, I want to talk about Ryan Clark. Yeah, man. Like y'all, I keep telling y'all, man, that classism is something nasty. And again, when you think you got it all made, they remind you that you remember.
Yes, sir.
They remind you. Now, again, I have to ask Kenny this, because I remember the conversation they keep trying to bring up, and that conversation happened months ago.
You talking about which one? You talking about Ryan Clark? Oh.
Ryan Clark and that dude from
the Schrager, Schrager,
That can't be the reason why they're getting rid of that dude.
Nah, it was.
I know they lying, because that was months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't. And I watched Ryan. If y'all get a chance, watch Ryan Clark on the Pivot. He had a live segment he did today on his own show, and he put a lot of stuff in perspective, and he gave it to you straight with no chaser.
Well, summarize it.
But let me say this. I would say this. I don't want to talk a lot about it, because I'm a big Ryan Clark fan, and I'm not surprised that this happened. Some people don't like Ryan Clark. They say he plays the race card, this and that. Black folks don't play cards like that. We play. We ain't like that. We don't have race cards we playing. We just telling you facts. But he did say that he was not laid off. He was fired. He said, y'all getting this story twisted. He said, the wheels was put in motion on Friday. What y'all saw on Monday, on Friday, I had already been getting texts and emails and responding.
So why do you do the show then? Why do you do that?
Because at that point, they hadn't pulled the trigger. Right. The only reason they did it is because Outkick, which is a conservative sports group, they got wind that there was going to be some firings, some layoffs, and they had already reached out to the ESPN execs.
Yeah,
they was trying to get it confirmed on Monday. So these execs tried to say they had some compassion for Ryan Clark. Instead of him finding out that way, they wanted to let him know while he was on set.
Yeah,
live. So that's kind of how that went down.
Okay. Now, secondly, fair enough. I think he's gonna be all right financially.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be fine. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. So but here's another thing. There's a lot going on in sports. So one of the coaches, I think she coached one of the teams in Canada for the WNBA.
The new coach. You talking about Sandy Brondello? Yeah, Toronto Tempo. Yes.
Okay, good. So again, I mean, are we smelling? Is it a little something funky in Canada? Because she tried to make the statement that why she called Angel Reese a different species was something that is a Canadian.
That's an Australian. That's an Australian thing. She's from Australia. According to her, that's what they say to when their athletes feel like they're not getting the calls, so they call their athletes over there in the sports event. They say, well, that's a protected species over there. That's the norm, allegedly, in Australia. That's what Sandy Brondello, who is Australian, by the way.
Is that passing the smell test?
I don't know. I try to be considerate of everybody's cultures, and so I really don't know, but. Usually I didn't hear that, or I would have looked it up, because usually if you hear stuff like that, you can go to different Australians and see what their norm is.
Yeah.
So I don't I don't know, but I don't. To me, it don't sound that insulting. But as far as saying like she's a different species, because if I would have heard something like that, I would have thought it meant that she was like outstanding and great, and she ain't from this world. So it just depends on like I don't know the context. That's what I'm saying. So I really don't know, and I don't know how other people. Because I was like recently there was a R&B artist who got in a lot of trouble from South Africa because she referred to herself as colored, but that's their norm to speak like that. So that's why usually when I hear stuff like that, before I pass judgment, I try to dig to see if they just making up shit to get over.
Okay, well, you get back with us then when you digging, because honey, you already dug in somebody's business and we already saw, but don't digging at later. Again, and again, one more. It's just so much going on with these folks. Donald Trump, again, he has calling his little Funky Town boys out these woodworks. Lee Black, that was a golfer. I can't think of that boy's name, but he's well renowned. But he ended up getting DeChambeau, or whatever his name is.
Brian DeChambeau.
DeChambeau, yeah.
Yes.
Black, he got a penalty because he was trying to finagle his ball so he could hit it better. And this fool got in trouble, and he told them jokers, I'm gonna call Trump so y'all can fix that. Now listen, he wasn't even playing. He was serious. And I just said to myself, that's a shame that y'all got this man on such a high pedestal, that y'all got this fool invoking his name in a golf tournament. I don't understand y'all. I just don't understand these boys. I wish they get out their diapers.
Well, I'm not familiar with the story, and I don't consider golf a real sport. That's just me personally. Anyway, so I don't follow that type of shit.
Yeah,
the amount of money that they waste in converting millions of acres into fucking golf courses for white people to play golf with their hands as soft as baby shit when they won't, have enough parks for kids to play. It belies logic to me. Having said that, Trump is that dude. Whether you hate him, like him, or whatever, we've never had a figure that has instilled fear into the world. We talk about Hitler. People might not want to give him credit for this, but Trump will go down as one. He can be argued that he's one of the most powerful men in our history. When you think about his influence, I've never seen the world succumb to the Trump effect. That news media, television shows there, and the fact that a golfer can utter his name and strike fear into the hearts of what would happen. And
but he ain't getting nowhere.
And to piggyback on all these different sports stories, Lady D, you said something earlier about the different world thing. We live in a time now where it's not correct to say what's staring us in front of our eyes. Race is at the heart of everything, but we're not supposed to say that. And so I'm with you, Lady D. I agree with you. And that's the beauty of Black people. It's all the shit that we've been through, the fucking over 400 years of atrocities. We still have the capacity to try to want to see your side of it. But let's be real now. In 2026, race is at the heart and core of everything. So when a comment is made, because of social media and technology, everything is immediate now, but we live in a society now because of the Donald Trump effect that, we can commit the offense anyway and then say, I'm sorry afterwards. And so the reality is we live in a world where he has that effect. He's made an impact on everything that we do, but we have to be careful not to say it. And so, it is what it is.
Well, I say it's the quiet part out loud around him. So, CC, you said they playing at Obama's library. He got a.
Oh yeah, they got the All-Star game going on in Chicago this weekend.
Oh really?
WNBA is tomorrow. Matter of fact,
okay.
I'm kind of watching some of the Friday night activities they got going on tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Miss Tori, good to see you again. Says if he was a man, but he is not. He's a boy. I am not scared of. All right.
So I'll make that, Miss Lady T Superfan Toria. I applaud you, and I'm on record. on this show for saying the only demographic that speaks truth to power is Black women.
Yeah.
And all right, Lee Black, we'll let you have that because I think other people would disagree with even your comments.
name me a man of importance that has spoke up. So
no. I understand why you're saying that. Yes,
we got
I'm with you.
we got the criminal case going on right now with Crump defending him. Where are Black leaders, male Black leaders? Why are they silent? When Obama was in office, they was on his ass every day.
Yeah.
When Biden was in office, they was on his ass every day.
Has to be advantageous.
That's a great point.
Where are the male voices? Show me.
Where's the Dr. Cornel West at? He damn sure was on Obama's butt.
Jasmine Crockett, Letitia Wright, different. They're the only ones.
Yeah, you're right.
Black women who have something to lose, and Jasmine Crockett has lost. After this term, she's out.
It's the Black women.
I'm not saying every day Black men are saying anything, and we on this platform are speaking out. But I'm saying, where are the powerful male? Tell me. Maybe I'm missing something.
So you brought up Jasmine Crockett, and I want to say I think there's a balance because I think she may be going a little too far.
I don't think she
went
far enough.
I agree with Kenny, but let's say if you're right, Britton, the fact that she's speaking up is where I salute her, because where are the men? And I'm not talking just about Black men. The closest thing we have to a male figure in any position of power that speaks against Trump is Governor Newsom in California.
And I will also say Minister Louis Farrakhan. He does.
Yeah.
Well, and he been doing it.
That is true. I think that's a conversation we need to have one day. I mean, just as men, but I have an opinion.
Name the man. I'll wait.
She said he's no. I have an opinion.
You're right, CC, and I love that. I'm gonna steal that. By the way, I'm gonna give you credit.
Jasmine is a disappointment at this point. Okay,
I love me some Jasmine Crockett.
Nah, she got to go harder. If you ask me,
me too.
Okay, all right. Well, I think I'll make this a segment next week because I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Again, I think there is a balance, but I also think there's just a lot at play. And again, though these are the things that just people refuse to say out loud. She says Cornel West is a quitter, then a quieter than a mouth.
That's why I say I will steal that. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, we always find more topics to talk about. We just keep on running our mouth. So, but anyway, listen, y'all. There's a new type of degree, and to my education man down at the bottom, they taking nursing degrees and now they adding social media degrees. Lee Black.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here in Arizona State, it says Arizona State is now offering a social media influencer is officially a college major now. Sister, I don't even know if education has its value no more, because if they offering stuff like that, I need y'all to offer some some stuff like eating, you know what I'm saying, to get a college degree or something, passing gas or something. I don't know what does this mean that you can. I don't even know how you educate somebody on how to be a social media influencer.
Why did I think it is? Why did I not think it is? These young people are so damn dumb today. Do you know the amount of people you could have enrolled in a school, in a class, if you're telling them that they can be a social media influencer and a TikToker and a YouTuber, and they never actually now, because we on this panel, we know you can't teach people personality. Somebody can say, I want to be on a panel, I want to be a social media influencer, and you either have the ability to have these conversations and get the attention of people, or you don't. That's a God-given talent. You can't teach someone a personality. You know what I'm saying? But these young people are so obsessed with social media and all of that and wanting to be an influencer and get paid for being cute, or get paid for doing nothing but TikTok dances. They are crazy enough to go to a school and pay to have someone tell them that they can be a social media influencer. Quick story, my daughter, we fell out before she decided she wanted to go off on her own and be married and dumb shit. But she wanted to go to a college in LA called FITM. And it's like it was called FITM, but it was basically like a fashion type college, that type of thing. And I said,
Art.
what can she do after she finishes school here? And it was a lot of money, y'all. A lot of, she would have to live in LA in a high rise and all that. And they were like, well, she could work like at Old Navy and like help make and hang up the posters and the signs and stuff like that and help arrange stores. I said, but can I do that like right out of high school? And he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, because I told her I need to talk to that, the person that's, the advisor.
The admissions, yes.
Right. High school. And he's like, yeah, but this way you can get your foot in the door quicker. I said, after $100,000, I said, girl, you got me up. And so clearly that did not happen. But to me, it's the same thing. Like you're paying someone 50 grand, 75 grand, 100 grand to go to school to do something you can do literally for free.
Crazy. Wow. I mean, Kenny, I know you're an expert in your field, and you have a education behind all this. Devin made a great point. This ain't nothing but the Pied Piper, just trying to pull the rats in.
I like the concept, but Lady D has definitely changed my thinking on it, because I think the one thing that you can't teach, if you want to do this social media thing, you got to be entertaining and have a personality. And that has to be something that you were just gifted with. Lord. Yes. So I don't think there's any class at any school, no matter how much money you get, that can teach you personality and teach you how to entertain. I think the Real Estate Insider can probably vouch for that. He's definitely he's got his teeth in the game. He know how this social media thing works. I got my teeth in the game too. I know how it works too. You just can't come up here like we doing and put a mic in front of you. You better have something to say. You better be entertaining with it. And you better know what the hell you're talking about. Because guess what? You're going to get 1 or 2 views per day. You might get 2 or 3 subscribers. And now you done spent $50,000 and you ain't got nothing to show for it. So, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. I think you'd be better off getting behind the Real Estate Insider and paying him a few extra bucks and letting him show you how to get in this game, in my opinion.
And he offered that thing for free, and nobody want to sign up for that because I don't know what's going on with you. All right, this is our educational professional, sir. I mean, come on, man. Listen, are they pissing on them and telling them it's raining?
Yes, but for a good reason. The ends justify the means.
Okay.
It's the oldest game in the book. Folks, my brother above me says something that's so valuable and it goes over a lot of people's heads. Folks, Black people are the most dynamic people walking the planet. And sometimes we don't know our own power. There would be no Twitter. There would be no social media if it wasn't for the creative content of Black people. But the reality is every time we sit in motion, let's keep it funky now. Let's keep it a buck. Once it starts making money, then white people come and take it away from us, And so I talked about Kai Kanai. Don't take my word for it. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. His Kai Kanai University, it generates an estimated revenue between $2 and $7 million.
What is he teaching?
He has a actual university that's free to attend. He invites all social media influencers to come to his university. It's ongoing right now, and it's viral moments. The sponsorships alone generate $4 million.
Wow!
I think he's a gamer.
Why he don't charge him any home and ruin board? Yeah. And if you're watching the thing, it's white girls. The sponsorships generate $4 million. The Twitch ads and subs between $2 million. YouTube revenue anywhere between $100,000 and $500,000. Merchandise and miscellaneous $500,000. Wow! Arizona's not a fool. They're just the first of many.
Yes, sir.
Once they see that he set something in motion, well, why can't we make money?
Why can't we make the money? Right. That's what they're good.
And so the reality is, if a kid who didn't go to college himself,
that's right,
has been able to turn something as simple as Brother Kenny said, being a personality that's interesting enough that look at his own personal net worth. Why the fuck can't we turn this into something structured? And they've been doing it to us since the beginning of time, folks.
Wow.
You go on social media now, you would think the Kardashians invented box braids or cornrows.
You're right.
Every media dance that you see these little white kids doing, we've invented that shit. All them little niggas in Ethiopia that's been doing that shit every time they wake up, it gets pushed on social media, but it doesn't get the attention it deserves until some little lily white girl or lily white boy does it. I'm not being racist. I'm just keeping it funky. I'm keeping it a buck here. And so the reality is, for a major university to sanction something called social media that we all know ain't going nowhere, because if you want me to keep it really funky, these lazy sons of bitches, this Generation X, they're not going to do nothing with it. And they're selling them a pipe dream. But the reality is it's a way to make money. And so if other universities start seeing that it's successful at University of Arizona, then why wouldn't we do it over here? And why wouldn't we do it over there? This is about money.
Wow. Good Lord. That's crazy. I didn't even, y'all done opens up some depth for me on that one. That's exactly what we're doing. Again, you go to college. It used to be you go to college, get a kinesiology degree, right? Just because you didn't want to take any other classes. Now you finna go. That's finna be the degree everybody finna try to get just so they can be in school.
Right.
Crazy. I didn't even think about that. And then secondly, and I'll be done with this. In all reality, is kids wasn't wanting to go to school no way.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
These younger kids, they was like, I ain't going to college because they didn't want to do none of that stuff.
Yep.
But now you're gonna say, hey, come and give me your money, and I'm gonna let you get a degree for doing something that you could do for free and for.
And see, here's the thing about that: being a social influencer. Who the hell you gonna hire you? You can hire yourself. What the hell?
You got to work for yourself, and they're already
what the hell are you doing with that? All you got to do is go.
Technology. They can do it.
Yeah, you can do it yourself, young fella, young lady.
They just want a degree.
But do it as a hobby. Do it as a hobby first, because you ain't guaranteed that it's gonna work out for you. I'm just gonna tell you.
That took us 8 minutes to decode what that foolishness was. Good Lord. You suckers is being played. I got sand to tell y'all at the beach, please.
Man.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was I'm gonna change the name of that segment. Like, gotcha, niggas. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's just being smart. Like, why didn't I think of this?
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Wow.
And I'm gonna tell them at the end, I guarantee you a job when this is over.
Thank you.
Tell them over the YouTube channel.
Man, listen, shout out to DeVry, AT, all them,
ITT, all of them.
We promise you a job after you get out of here. That's what I try to tell about. Listen, you talk about your child, mine. She going up here, they over here feeding her pipe dream. And I said, baby, anytime you got to give them money for them to do something for you, I promise you, you ain't worth. We promise you. Listen, I'm sitting up there listening. We promise you interviews. I said, that ain't a job.
Thank you.
Those are just interviews.
Thank you.
Yeah. I said, yeah. So I'll get
you
always trying to throw salt on the game, and I'm trying to help you stay from being broke.
We don't trust people. We're untrusting and gotta have good sense.
Well, that's a good segue into wherever you going with this foolishness. Come on here.
Yeah, speaking of untrusting. Y'all, we got another Pastor Gucci for God. A Louisiana pastor has been convicted after federal prosecutors say he stole more than $340,000 from two churches to fund his gambling habit and personal lifestyle. Following a 5-day trial, a jury found Dale Sanders, who's 56, guilty on 25 counts, including fraud, access device fraud, and obstruction with a federal investigation. Basically, he used the funds to fund his gambling, dining, living expenses, and other personal costs. They also allege he submitted falsified records during the federal probe. He was indicted earlier this year. He did post a video on social media asking supporters to pray for his enemy while maintaining his faith throughout the case. He now faces up to 20 years in prison, $250,000 in fines, supervised release, and other penalties. He's to be sentenced on October 13th. I originally didn't want to talk about this, but then I was like, we need to talk about this because we need to look out for the dumbasses that have made it possible for him to have $340,000 to spend on travel and Gucci and Louis and such like that. And what I also want to ask you guys, the main thing was, do we people with common sense have an obligation or a duty to help protect those who are vulnerable and believe that they have to pay this man in order to get into heaven, or believe they have to pay this man so they can get their money back tenfold, because that's what they told me in church when I went. You get it back tenfold, and you don't get anything if you don't pay your tithes. I'm gonna let Brenton bite his tongue for a little bit more. We have an obligation to help take care of the vulnerable who get kind of sucked into this game and used.
Absolutely not. I think this has been the oldest scheme that's been going on since the beginning of time. When you talk about churches and ministers stealing money, so no, I don't think we're obligated to that, because I think at the end of the day, people going to believe and they're going to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, it's amazing to me how people are still following Brian Karn. It's amazing to me how still people are capping for him. So this dude doing this, no, and we're not obligated to do that. My thing is, I think the one thing that the church has lacked, in my opinion, and I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. I grew up Church of God in Christ, so it's not like I'm talking from not a lane of experience and just growing up and seeing what I've seen. There's a lack of checks and balances in the church, the whole hierarchy when it comes to finances, because at the end of the day, you may have a deacon board or whatever that's overseeing the money, but if the pastor is slick, he can override whatever they say. Say, look, we need to do this whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. So my thing, there's been a lack of checks and balances, and then again, I think he should definitely be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law.
Black, why should he go to jail? Like, what crime did he commit? These people willingly handed over their money to him in the guise of, I'm going to be blessed in return by God.
You asked the golden question, and I'm looking at my pastor brother Radifi, because I know
he chewing on that towel or whatever the hell he got on his mouth.
Because Lady D, you asked, look, is it fraud? By definition, yeah. But I come from an old school platitude of, when you see a fool, bump their head. The fact that we attach religion to it, does that make it any how does that raise the bar of fraud? If I told you right now that this is the greatest water that's ever been invented, this come from Mount Fuji, and if you take one sip of this, oh my God, your clarity, blah, 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 and I'm able to sell this, and you're a damn fool, and you send me $5 and $10, and I sell out, what fraud have I committed? You know what I'm saying? I'm a business major. That's marketing 101. And all this it's just happened to be religion. The fact that we have the time to convict this preacher when the net worth of Kenneth Copeland is $300 million. Joel Osteen over $100 million. Pat Robertson $100 million. T.D. Jakes $60 million. Benny Hinn $60. Creflo Dollar. These sons of bitches who are selling pipe dreams and been doing it for the longest. Now, is it morally more wrong because they're in that position? Absolutely. And anybody who knows me know how I feel about these broke leg preachers. You got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna give you a penny. But at the same time, for those of you dumb sons of bitches who want to keep tithing and sending in money because they need a new Cadillac or a new church or a new building, a new store, and that, God bless you. You've been sold a pipe dream, and the reality is, I ain't mad at that man. If I didn't have my own moral compass, I would be out here preaching right now and getting as much pussy as I can get and be living rich, all because I got the gift of gab, and I know that Bible back and forth, and I know there's a lot of dumb sons of bitches out there that would go for it. Amen.
Brenton, are we wrong for speaking against? Because sometimes it feels like we're speaking against the church when we say things like, don't be a dumbass, and don't believe that if you don't tithe, you're going straight to hell. And is there a way we can protect the vulnerable who truly believe that this is necessary in order for them to get to the gates of heaven and to have hope?
Hell to the no! I don't keep.
I wish I could just start the show over right now. I mean, I can't. Y'all know this triggers me. Y'all know this triggers me, right? Okay, I'll be honest with you. It's too much for me to say, so I'll just tell me to shut up, and I'll just shut up. So, number one, we are not vulnerable anymore. I understand what our parents, we were uneducated, right? So again, there is a reality to the reason why our parents did the things that they were told instead of what they saw. I mean, they can read for themselves in the Bible. Here's the problem. Even if a broke clock is right twice a day, that system still, I'll be honest with you, there is a eerie parallel between what is going on in this country versus what's going on in religion. And Donald Trump has done an amazing job of showing us how this system we have in America is so broken. We are not as strong as we say we are. We are not as safe as we say we are. And we are not financially secure as we say we are. This boy is going to bankrupt this country. And I'm saying, if you take that and you come over here to the church, the system, organized religion, okay. Here's, Lee, you can correct me if I'm wrong. One of the greatest things is that the devil has done to people is make them think that he don't exist, right?
Church.
And that's something.
Church.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all then the second greatest thing. The second greatest thing is for people, for the organized religion to tell y'all that they're trying to help y'all.
Church.
That's the second greatest lie that they're telling y'all. I'll be real quick with it. If y'all want to go, if you want to go read your Bible, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna just say it like this, and Devin, I'll shut up because I tell you I got about another 45 minutes on this. But I'm gonna just say one thing, and I'm gonna shut up because y'all just go read for yourself, and y'all can put it in the comments. If anybody who know the Bible, everybody for the most part, most people say that the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's in the Bible, right? And the very person that they equate that to is the devil. Right. If you go look up the Greek term for kill, it ain't what you think it is. And I'll let you go look it up first before you. I don't want y'all to tell. I don't want y'all to say I'm a lie. I'm not made something up. Y'all go look up what the word kill is, and then secondly, y'all tell me how many people in the Bible has the devil killed personally on his own. He's never killed one person ever. Matter of fact, when Jesus died, he gave up his life. So the devil has never killed anybody. But y'all equate that scripture, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And unfortunately, here it is. I'm gonna give y'all a Tyler Perry climax. When y'all find out who the killer really is, y'all not gonna want to leave them. It's them preachers.
Church.
It's them preachers.
Church.
Because again, the enemy, this is what the Bible says. Because when y'all find out,
Church.
He steals. When y'all find out what the kill is, and then when y'all learn now that what they're destroying is the reality about what we were supposed to be doing in the first place.
Church.
So again,
Jeremiah 10:23. Church.
Well, you walking heavy now.
Corinthians 4, chapter 4, verse 4.
I'm gonna just tell y'all, like, okay, I said I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say one more thing, Devin. Y'all let Lee Black do it, so y'all let me do it.
Hey, you turned into one of them preachers that said that you about to close. I thought you about to close.
Well, listen, I am a product.
3 hours later.
I'm gonna finish up. Hey, Brittany, good to see you. Hey, Brittany,
what's up, Brittany? How you doing?
I'm gonna say this. I want y'all to go watch Vince McMahon tell y'all how he made his money. Vince McMahon, he is the owner of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he said in the documentary. I had to create an enemy because how can I have a hero unless I have an enemy?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
How can I have a hero unless I have an enemy?
Church.
So unless we create an enemy, y'all won't identify the real one. Okay, I move. All right.
No, you preaching now, brother. Church.
he about to tie his bow for me.
Yeah.
I feel like this is my opinion and someone who is a true like follower, because my relationship with Christ is obviously going to be different than everyone's. Everyone has their own relationship with Christ. But when I think of Christ and I think of Jesus, I think of people like, although he wasn't for necessarily Americans, but I think of like a Gandhi. I think of people who sacrificed and who starved and who would farm and give all the food to the community to feed them. Or I think of people who worked the lands to feed the community, because that's kind of what God did. I mean, Jesus did, including dying for our sins. Like not all of them. That's a lie. A lot of the preachers are complete opposite of what we were taught about Jesus. They don't give. Not even to our elderly. I mean, I even have to. I'm not going to say that because it's hitting too close to home. Sometimes you feel. I'll just say. Sometimes you even have to ask churches and pastors in the congregation to help people who are truly in need. And let's be honest, unless you are a member of the congregation and you tithe regularly and you give everything, they don't even want to help you like today like they used to. And to me, it shouldn't even be based on what you tithe. It's just because that's your heart and you are here working, quote unquote, for God, and that's your duty, is to give to people. I feel like sometimes I give to people more than certain churches that I'm thinking of right now. And when I think of a lot of the people who sacrifice and give, they don't have a lot of money. And to me, they should be getting more credit than a lot of these preachers. No preacher should. I don't give a damn. Was it TD Jakes was saying how he made his money when people were asking questions, saying he sold books and he did all this dumb shit. If you are truly working for Christ, shouldn't you take that money that you've earned to help the people in your congregation and in the community who are poor and living below the poverty level, and help build up your community and help build up the schools with all these millions of dollars that you've generated? That's what I think of when I think of someone who is truly working for Christ and that is good in their soul. We sit around, my husband and I, and think of what charity we're going to help or what charity we're going to create so that we can give back, because it just makes you feel good and all that other dumb stuff. And I just feel like that's not what's happening today. I feel like people are giving because it's a tax write-off, not necessarily because they want to. And all I want to say is, think about your grandmother and their grandmother, who they always told you, if you tithe, you get it back. I know I'm gonna get my bills paid. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. They all died broke, y'all. People still had to have fish fries and shit. Just to carry Big Mama and them. Like, you still were selling T-shirts and shit. You still were having fundraisers and asking for people money in a inbox to help bury your loved one. And this is someone who was devoted in the church. So, God, I need it before I die. If I'm giving you 10% of my money and all these tithes and stuff, can I be well off before I go? Like, why I gotta wait to walk on the streets of gold and stuff? Give me my gold now. I live in the shack when I'm gone. But anyway, y'all just quit leaning on these pastors for your salvation. You know what I'm saying? You can read the Bible yourself. You can read scriptures yourself. You can form your own relationship with God. I actually believe in God, believe it or not. I've just gotten to a time in my life where I can't be bullshitted. I've been like that all my life. I used to get in trouble for asking questions, but now I just don't give a shit. I have a lot of questions, and you can't just sell me anything today, because you can't make me believe that a child molester could rape a 2-year-old today, repent to God tomorrow, and he going to heaven. But I can cuss today, not repent before I die, and I'm going to hell. Get out of here. You just can't make me believe that. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to minding my business, because similar to Brent, I go on and on and on about this bullshit, because I see people in my family affected by this. And y'all quit dealing with Gucci for Gods and Louis for the Lord. Like, just stop. Y'all be blessed though at the same time.
I knew that was coming.
You know,
I knew it.
You know, I don't normally put a rank in my show, but I do want y'all to know my name is on this show. So I got something else to say. I got something else to say.
Handle your business, partner.
I'm gonna be real brief. I'm gonna just tell y'all something. BET did their award, and they were bringing emphasis to the culture, right? They were talking about Black culture. I'll be honest with y'all. If y'all really want to know the truth about the scriptures, the kingdom of heaven is a culture. And the reality is that while we're here on earth, we're supposed to learn how the culture is in the kingdom for those when you get there. You never go, Devin, you travel. You know all cultures are not the same. You're not going to greet somebody in China the way you do in America. We shake hands in America. They bow in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
You know that because why? You learned their culture. If you want to know what's important to a person who believes in Jesus, then read his Bible and learn his culture. Because if you know you're going to heaven, why not prepare to go there? Because it ain't gonna be the same as it is. I'm gonna give you this nugget, and I'm gonna click it off here because I'm gonna tell y'all something again. Because all we gotta do is read our Bible. His prayers, when the disciples said, "Teach us how to pray," he said, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." And then he says, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." If you can put the kingdom of heaven as a culture, he says that he wants the culture to come to earth the way it is viewed in heaven. And we're not doing that. And shame on those enemies who have made the devil the enemy, that have tried to destroy people from learning the culture of the kingdom for when the king come back for his kingdom, his culture. Donald Trump is making his culture. He called it MAGA. Okay, anyway. I'll move on. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much for that. Devin, don't ever trigger me like that no more, because I'm over having palpitations right now in my heart. I can't even go on with the show no more. So I'm sorry. But again, I don't normally, shake my put my business out there, but I do a show called Grounded, and I talk a lot about this. So if y'all want to just look up Grounded, and me and my boy, we have conversations about that.
What time and what day y'all come on?
Mondays
so
at
we
8.
know.
Mondays at 8. Mondays at 8 p.m.
Okay.
It's on one of the TFG networks, TFG Faith, I believe. Okay. But yeah, if you friends with me, I'll post it on my Facebook and it's on my YouTube. But it's Grounded. I'll put
now I'm on the other side, folks. I know I'm going to hell, so if you want that perspective, you can reach out to me.
No, he don't. He don't know he's going to hell. He'll stop lying.
I do.
No, I do. Well, I'll make sure I tap him on the shoulder when he gets there. Be like, now come on over here so you can see where you sleeping at.
I got my pitchfork already, folks.
I know you do. Yeah, it's okay. You're gonna be pitching hay. And I'm gonna tell you, hey boy, get some weeds.
That's my dog. That's my brother. That's my brother.
All right, listen, y'all. We haven't done a scenario in such a long time. I felt like the need to do one. And for Black Love Series, I want to do a scenario. Me and my wife was watching a TV show. And this woman went to court. She took her son to court. And her boyfriend was the plaintiff and he was the defendant. And she got mad at her adult son for him getting into a fight with her boyfriend, who she moved in to her house. Now she haven't been with this man but a year. And she had the nerve to tell the judge, because the judge said, "Well, which one of them you want to leave the house?" She said, "I don't want neither one of them to leave the house." But they're gonna keep fighting. And I have a few questions about this, and y'all can ask, and I'll clarify anything y'all need to clarify. Number one, do we respect men that move into a house with another woman and a child? You do? Where did they live before they moved into this house?
Depends on the circumstances.
Okay.
It depends on circumstance for me. Now, me being me, I couldn't do it because I'm somewhat of a bit of a control freak, and I come from a place where I don't ever want somebody to be in a position where you could tell me I need to get out. My name needs to be on the lease. Having said that, I have a very good friend right now who, for a man to come into her life, her house is bought and paid for. For her, the man would have to move there. So you know what? If a pussy is good enough and I love her enough, I might well move into her house.
Oh my God. Okay, you said, David, you respect that dude, right? You know, you gotta take this man with a grain of salt, right?
But I'm telling the truth, but I'm just
listen, I never called you a liar. I said we take you with a grain of salt. That's what I said. But Debbie, you said you respect that man. Why do you have respect for a man who chooses to live in someone else's house?
The only reason, and I'm telling my business, only reason I moved in with my husband is because he owned his house. I was renting. And after I moved in with him, the housing market had changed so much. And he had lived in his house for so long that it just didn't make a lot of financial sense to sell his home and go from a mortgage that's $600 to a mortgage that's, because what I wanted, the mortgage was going to be no less than $3,000, because that's how much the area where I live in, that's how much the housing market has changed. Do I regret it often? I do. I prefer for a man to live with me, but I have been in a situation in the past where I was left asked out because I made the mistake of living with someone, because a lot of men on Mad Day use that as a control mechanism. And it's so hard to pick yourself up by the bootstraps and move on. So to me, it's just a case by case scenario. If you just a broke bastard and you living with your mom and you play big video games in the basement and you ain't doing nothing with your life and you ain't on your own, but just because you sorry as hell, that's totally different. Don't move that broke ass in your house. But if you are financially sound and it makes more financial sense for him to live with you, and exactly what Black said, can't nobody tell you to get out your shit. To me, that makes more sense.
Okay. But Kenny, and again, we all can ask, but I'm going to ask Kenny this first. She treated him like a king in her house while she got a grown man son in the same house that was having issues because she was treating him better than she was treating his daddy when he was there.
Man, this is a convoluted
situation. This is people's lives, though.
Yeah, I know, and this is real life stuff. This ain't like I know this happens probably happening right now.
100%.
This is the mama's boy thing. Why is his grown ass still in his mama's house? That's the biggest question. But I also understand, mother's going. I mean, if that's her baby, I don't know. Maybe he fell on hard times. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't think two grown men can coexist under the same household. Especially when mama trying to get her groove back. Sound like mama trying to get her groove back. She's stellar.
And that's what she said.
She making a choice.
She said, "I want both."
And I think it behooves the son to say, you know what, mama, I need to let you live your life. He need to get off the umbilical cord. I don't know what he need to do. He might have to sleep in the back seat of his ride for a couple of months so he can get on his feet. But he probably need to get out of mama's house because mama done made her choice.
Yeah.
And that don't mean she don't love him. Let me say that. That don't mean she don't love him.
Well, wait till I tell you this next part.
Okay. Maybe she don't. Maybe she don't love him.
So let me tell you why. Let me tell you why they went to court then. So old boy, the boyfriend charging the son up because he said he went in the refrigerator and ate his plate that his mama made for him, the boyfriend. And so the boyfriend swung on the son, missed, and put a hole in the wall. She took the son to court to say, you need to pay for that hole in the wall because you made my boyfriend punch the wall.
Now this is goddamn. This thing got freaking ridiculous.
I ain't making this up. This is freaking.
Is it Tyler Perry movie? Perry. No, you up to your shenanigans again?
No, I mean it. Devin, I mean, so which is worse? Your boyfriend come to live with you or you keeping your son in the house? I mean, you can't have both of them.
I'm gonna need that bitch to stand up. I'm gonna need her to get some self-esteem and some wits about herself to know the difference. Should no man, first of all, dumb bitch, he can't make his own plate and put it in the refrigerator. And if you got a grown son living in the house, I can get that because I used to cuss my kids out because they would drink all my drinks and eat my snacks too. It's the same thing. And he grown. All he gotta say is, hey, if you see my food in here, don't eat my food, dude. Just ask before you eat my food. And it's a simple conversation, especially if it's the first time that was happening. Mama a dumbass. She dumb for dick. She probably ain't had a dick in the month of Sundays. And any man that want her or like her, that's what she's settling for. You know what I'm saying? And even if my son grown, for whatever reason he living in my house, you ain't got no reason to fuck up on my son, because to me that almost feels like you threatened by my son, and you feel like you competing with him for my love and affection, like he my side dude in the house. So that means your punk ass balls need to, you know what I'm saying, you need to lift your balls up a little bit and understand that this is my goddamn son with your punk ass, and he came from his mama house. He need to go back and live with his mama, and so he can be, because if you can't live with a woman and her kid, I don't care how old he is, and not be the mature one in the relationship, it's because you need to be an example to that son to say, hey man, that's disrespectful, don't touch my stuff, and you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't take yours, don't take mine. You need to teach him, and not, you know what I'm saying, if he violent enough to fight somebody over a plate, he violent enough to swing on your ass if you make him mad or don't give him what he wants. She's a dumb bitch, and she gonna deserve whatever she got coming.
Oh well,
valid.
Go ahead, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I agree with everything Lady D says 100%, but I assign equal blame to the man. He's a dumbass too. I would never put myself in that situation. I briefly lived with an ex. We were roommates briefly, and paying equal rent. Now it was her house. And this is, you know, this is a rare situation where I found myself, I'm staying with her. You know, I ain't gonna go into the details of how it got there, but I'm staying with her, and we, you know, and my mama taught me you can't stay anywhere for free. So the principles have always been instilled in me that, you know, you have to pay your way. And I wouldn't have it any other way. For me to feel like even a man in that situation would be able to open the refrigerator up, I need to know that I'm sharing equally on the bill. So now, having said that, this ex, she had a grown adult son that a month or two in, all of a sudden, I'm noticing that he's coming through, you know, doing his laundry here every weekend, going in the refrigerator as he please, buying food that I'm eating. Now, this motherfucker's bigger than I am. I wasn't this big strapping, sexy, sex appeal man you see before you now. I was slim and trim. But even then, this motherfucker was bigger than I am. And so, you know, once I saw it became a pattern, I had this conversation. That was when I knew it was time for me to make my exit. And so this is where I give the guy in this situation the equal blame, because I don't know the circumstance that led to this, but we're saying this already. You put yourself in a situation where that's her son. Now we've created this monster where we're allowing kids to live rent-free as grown-ass men. And I'm on record of saying that I don't believe in that. I'm a hypocrite. I believe that I'm harder on men than I am on women. And I don't think it does a man any favors in today's society to let a grown-ass man be. I believe in putting the motherfucker out at 18, 19 years old, you know. But a lot of these kids, they believe this their birthright, that they automatically should be entitled and inherit the life that it took you a lifetime to get. Here I'm living in my lap of luxury. You know, my son, you goddamn right that your light should be out sometime. You have to work to get to this stage. But we've created this narrative that you should have this easy, cushy life. So this man in this situation, I give him equal blame, Lady D, because you're Dr. Frankenstein. The son is just the monster. Y'all have created this monster where y'all have allowed this to happen. And the moment you start walking around and normalizing this behavior where two grown-ass men could be having plates and shit that they fighting over, I have a problem with that. What's his name? The comedian Chris Rock did a story about 20 years ago called A Big Piece of Chicken. If I'm your man and I'm doing my job, now this requires the man to do his part. You got me fucked up if you eat the big piece of chicken. And my thing is that, I mean, to me, that's a given that if I come home, yeah, I'm going to be angry. But the fact that you got two men and a lot of these women, and I know women right now, some who might be watching this show, you have turned your sons in for so long, that's more equivalent to your mates. And you forget who fucking you. Well, and I got a problem with that.
And that's what the boyfriend said, right, to the judge, that he think the mama treats him, they think they like together or something like that. So I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna be done. His son was 22, her son was 22, and her boyfriend was 8 years older than her son.
Oh, hell. Well, there you have it. Yeah, you left out a very important
No,
of the scenario.
No, I'm just telling y'all. That's why I'm telling y'all. I got.
So this guy's 30.
He's 30.
That's
and
what
her
I'm
son
saying.
is 22.
She's
Well, how old is the mama?
She's mid-40s.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's again, she made a raggedy bed that she got to lie in.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this: I'm not hating on the mother for dating the 30-year-old. Hey, that's her free will.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool. I
you
get
see what
that.
it's called. You see the message causing.
Yeah, but I mean, that's her free will. Men do it all the time. I ain't got a problem with a woman want to date younger. That's cool. Do your thing. My thing is, don't bring this dude in your crib and allow him to run amok if he's not the king of the crib. Because your son gonna buck. He's 22. Let's go and be real. 22 years, he gonna buck up, especially when he know this dude only 8 years older than him. Come on now, mama. You already knew that was gonna be an issue.
I'm just saying, y'all. This is why I don't like. Again, so many things I just don't like about the situation, and that's why I'm saying, like, I don't really. That dude could have been leaving his mama house to go live with his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So all that, just both of them dudes really kind of, they just not ready for. Devin, that's why I really got an issue with a man. And I think, we've talked about double standards. This is just one of them double standards that's going to be for me. Like, no, dude, you need to have your own stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Brother Black said it. I'm like that too, man. I'm not trying to move in with no woman.
Can't do it.
That's not my wife.
I can't do it.
If she ain't my wife or my fiance, right. I'm not moving in with her.
And I totally agree. I get what y'all saying, and I agree with y'all, and I understand exactly where you're coming from. But my situation is strictly based on my experience.
I get it.
Totally based on my experience, literally having to pick myself up from the ground.
Yes.
I get that.
All over because I gave someone that amount of power.
100%. And that's why I'm not talking about your situation. I'm just saying for me as a man, like, dude, I don't teach my sons. I won't teach my sons that. I won't teach anybody that's around me son that.
Right.
Like, no player.
Have your own spot.
For the record.
The perfect scenario is you buy a home or you get a spot together. That's the perfect scenario. Absolutely. But it doesn't always work.
That doesn't always happen. That's true.
Right.
And for me, you just keep your spot, and then you just go over there sometime, and she come over there sometime to
y'all. Right. To what y'all gonna do. Yeah.
But no,
I agree.
Bro, like again,
at this stage of my life right now, if I could easily be a house husband. If a woman is rich and she has her own house, board and paper, no, I'm being serious. I would move in, but in the back of my head, I would still always be having my own in the event that she says this is not working and you got to go. So I wouldn't go in fully dependent on, what oh my God, I'm going to get so comfortable. But if her house is board and paper, absolutely, I can deal with that.
No, I get that. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. If, right? If she's already bought a house that's paid for, okay, cool. But this has to be leading to something more than a boyfriend girlfriend. In my opinion, it had to be leading to something
for me to even move in.
Right, exactly.
For me to even get to that point, it has to be serious enough because I'm all about situationship. You got your shit, I got my shit.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of conversation.
Yeah. A whole lot of that.
Yeah.
Real.
I'll just tell y'all, listen, I said it once and I say it again. Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. It's so much harder when you're stupid. And ladies and gentlemen, I just told y'all something about 3 stupid people. That is all right, y'all. Well, listen, here he is. And again, we sure pulled a lot of meat off that bone, but listen, he wants y'all to know fat meat, and he wants me to emphasize is greasy.
And this is a shout out to my mom who might be watching, Eloise Young.
Hey,
I
Mom.
grew up in a household with all kinds of Southern colloquialisms and that Southern spun wisdom. And I'm telling my age here now. We were taught all the time, about as we were growing up, and my mother was pouring life lessons into us. And it's so organic as we're talking about this show that led to all of her children being able to spring out and do their own thing. And my mother used to tell us, she said, you don't believe fat meat is greasy. And so some of you might not have heard that expression. And it's a simple expression that in today's terms means fuck around and find out.
It does.
So I'm going to bring you into my world of education. I work in education, and so
Lord, just a second. I thought you was going to take us into the other world. I was going to say, nah,
no,
I'm
No.
leaving.
I was about to cut my camera and audio off. I ain't trying to go in that
TFG after
world.
dark. TFG after dark.
Yeah, that's for
Oh
the
my
other. That's for the other
God.
show.
Not the
I
bedroom, but the
knew-
office. All right, ladies.
I
Safe,
knew that's
y'all.
where y'all thought I was going, but
Oh.
no. I want to take you to my world that I'm so glad to see you guys, because this has been a brutally tough last couple of weeks. This is, for me in education, this has been the toughest start that I've had in my 10 years of working in this business. For those of you who may not know, on July 1st, there were new laws that went into effect that govern student loan debt. I know, Lady D, you probably know about this. You guys may know as well. And so it has been a tremendously difficult start. And so one thing that caught my attention here that's happened this week is that 502 students at Howard University lost their housing, were displaced. And there's a tremendous amount of backlash. And of course, we went in on Howard University. And again, organically, we've talked about Different World and how it inspired a whole generation to go to HBCUs and this, that, and the other. And I've sat this week and I've watched the backlash that has happened from our people, how they've really shitted on Howard University and how bad it was that these 502 students lost their house and this, that, and the other. And even organically, Pastor Jamal Bryant, who pastors the church in Atlanta, he chimed in with his comment, and he even says, quote, "My heart and prayers are going out to the 500 students displaced by Howard University, trying to see what HBCUs can help take them. We can't let the spirits of these young scholars be broken." Folks, let me tell y'all something. I'm so glad that today is over with, because it hit what we call census in my business, meaning that I had to hold some of the dumbest sons of bitches alive walking around for the last 2 weeks for them to be solid and set in stone to attend school. And I'm drinking right now Crown Royal, because it's been that brutal kind of a day, because you would think with doctoral students that they have the competence, the cognitive abilities, but these are some of the most dumb people I ever seen in my life. And I won't mention my university. I don't want to get fired. But I want to read the statement from Howard University, because then it's going to be apropos to my statement that fat meat is greasy. After all the backlash, and students went in on Howard University, how dare they, and they should have knew better, and this, that, and the other. This is what Howard University had to say. Howard University provided multiple detailed communications throughout March, April, May, June, and July, the first time in college students and families on steps needing to secure enrollment for the fall 2026 semester. Notifications included emails, personalized financial aid information, videos, and Bison prep sessions to help incoming students understand tuition payment requirements, payment plan options, the process for reporting outside scholarships, and the deadlines necessary to secure their enrollment. They ended it by saying the students were notified that the university could no longer hold their place in the incoming class. For you displaced students out there, just like those dumbasses that got taken by that preacher, when you see a fool, you need your head bumped. I'm here to tell you, folks, nothing in today's world happens happenstance. Howard University is not at fault here, folks. I get students all the time wanting to blame financial aid, academic advisors, enrollment. I am not only an enrollment specialist, I'm an actual student, folks. And I can promise you that one thing the school does, they notify you to death. Now, if you choose to ignore emails, calls, texts, and months in advance to tell your stupid ass that you need to get your funding in place, otherwise you're going to get your monkey ass withdrawn from school. And this so-called preacher, whose net worth happens to be $3 million, he only offered a soliloquy about we're going to see what HBCUs can do. Because like you said, sister, he's not going to do anything other than offer lip service. because where is you helping them with housing? I'm not going to do that, but I don't blame him either. It is not his responsibility either. Folks, we live in a world now where it's everybody else's fault when something goes wrong. We've created an unhealthy environment amongst young adults where they need their hand held. They need to be led not only to the water, but you damn near got a portal drink down their throat too, because they don't take care of their business. And it's a lot of our faults because we've empowered an entire generation that don't think independently. They don't take proper steps. They don't have the cognitive ability to make simple decisions. For you parents out there who are still holding the birth certificate and the medical records for grown-ass kids, you are not doing them any favors. And I'll end it by saying this. Right now, for those of you who don't have a place to live because you did not act in time, as Eloise Young said, you don't believe fat meat is greasy until it starts sizzling. Well, right now here in Dallas, it's 115 degrees. Burn, motherfuckers, burn.
Oh boy.
All right, baby, go pull them papers out the safe so we can give them to our kids. Sorry about
I told my kids, you buy your own birth certificate. I spend my money on it.
What'd you say, Brittany? Go ahead and go and do the combination because we gotta get them their
papers.
They give me what $30-something back then, as long as you give me my money.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, I tell you like this: when we go on trips, they gotta have that stuff. So I ain't got time to be fooling around with that foolishness. So again, I hear you, brother, but listen, some things you just gotta know. You know what I'm saying? But listen, if they can't find it, they can't get a job. No, I got it. You bring it right on back over there. So get you a job. That's right. And you, what you can't open your bank account. What oh no, here and bring it right. Nope, not doing that. Because listen, man, I hate having problems, and that's a problem for me when they can't get stuff done. And they'll drag their feet. When I tell you drag their feet, they'll drag their feet like they got two broke legs. They drag them. So anyway, all right, listen, great show, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that. You know, thank y'all so much. Devin, you triggered me a little bit, and Kenny, you gave us a whole lot of sports, politics, everything. It was just awesome and amazing. And thank y'all to all the family for coming in and talking and sharing what you got. And so again, we've had a fantastic time. Now we're gonna try to go 2 in a row on y'all. I don't think Devin said she's going. She ain't going nowhere for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think we good. I think for another week. I think
at least for another 48 days. Because I think you get PTO every 8 days.
My next scheduled trip is in September, Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Okay. And then you probably got another one later on because I know your born day is in September.
On Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right, CC. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Yeah, ladies.
Great show.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Yeah. Well, y'all know how we do it. Kenny can't go last and he can't go next, so he got to go first. So, Brother Kenny, let us have it, brother.
Hey, I just want to say thanks for everybody watching. As always, shout out to Lady T, CC, the Real Estate Insider. Sherry, I know I saw her in the chat, as well as Brittany.
Yes, she did.
And Brittany was in here too, Brittany Sessions. So thank you all for watching this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this to all your social media platforms. I want to talk about Ryan Clark, man. I want to talk about layoffs.
Okay.
Because I think sometimes we lay off. There's a difference between laid off and being fired. Layoffs and fired is totally two different things. But I just want to talk about Ryan Clark because this is one dude that I really respect and I really watch when it comes to my sports podcasts. Y'all know I'm the sports guy. I don't watch a lot of guys, but the guys I do watch, he is one dude I respect. But I would say this: what this lesson taught me, and I hope it teaches everyone, even if you're not in the media business, you can be laid off, you can be fired, no matter how great you are. This brother won an Emmy for his own personal being a part of NFL Live. He won an Emmy a sports Emmy in 2023. He has 3 of them because of his contributions to NFL Live, Get Up, First Take, He had been at the network since 2015. He's a former NFL defensive back, played 13 seasons in the league, Super Bowl champ, very well articulated. He gives back to his community. But at the end of the day, he spoke as a black man. And the worldwide leader of layoffs, because that's my new term for him, they didn't like that.
That's funny. Yeah.
So when you speak against the establishment, you got to remember, when you work for somebody else, even though you feel like you can say what you want to say, freedom, it ain't free. It ain't freedom of speech, because you're gonna suffer consequence. But I want to say this is a learning lesson for all of us, is to always have something in the fire, always have something in the background. Because believe me, Ryan Clark is gonna be fine. He's with the Pivot. 1.41 million subscribers onto their YouTube channel. That channel has generated 462 million video views. He's already started that. He started that before he even left ESPN, or they fired him. I don't want to say he left, he was fired. That's what he said. So I always want to tell everybody, because I've been laid off. I don't know if any of my people on the panel, have you all ever been laid off? Have you ever been laid off, Lady D? Have you ever been laid off, Brenton?
I've been fired.
Okay, same difference. I've been laid off. First time in my career, back in 2020, in a career that I had spent almost 30 years in. Television, news, sports, video, journalism. I had to reinvent myself, because I know that I wasn't going to be back in what I've been doing for almost 20 or 30, most of my life. I'm 57. I did that for most of my life. So I always say, I'm going to tell people, you got to learn how to reinvent yourself. Always have something going on outside of your employers, because at the end of the day, they ain't loyal to you. Y'all not family. Don't let these companies say we family. No, because at the end of the day, when you gone, or when you taking your 6 foot dirt now, guess what? Your job is going to be posted within a week.
That's right.
So that's my final thoughts. And salute to my guy Ryan Clark. And I know you're gonna be good, because I watch you on the Pivot. So it's all good. So those are my final thoughts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Ma'am. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Okay. My business.
Oh,
come on in this camera. Let me see you.
Yeah. I want to see you.
I had a great time on my trip. So much fun. I was able to show my kids I could party just as hard. Now I had to rest for like 3 days, but I could at least join them for like a day. I want to start off with something nice to say about religion, believe it or not. I think a lot of people join churches and organized religion because it gives them a sense of belonging and almost a sense of family, especially a lot of elderly people. What I encourage you to do is find like a social group or a social club to join, or even join like some Bible study groups. I know a lot of people who like have Bible studies at like libraries and different things like that. That way you can still get your God in, but still feel like you have a sense of family amongst people, because let's be honest, if something happens to you, those are the people who are probably going to help you before some members of your church. But I like to end with the public service announcement, if y'all don't mind. I don't know, lots of places it's super hot right now. And in Texas, it's been an average of about 100 degrees with a heat index of like hell, right? And what I would like to say to y'all is, natural deodorant and lemon juice and no deodorant ain't for everybody. Some of y'all some funky motherfuckers, and I don't mean to be mean to y'all, but some of y'all ain't got no business running around with natural deodorant. If only for the summer months, I'm gonna need you to get to know aluminum again, because your motherfucking ass, it ought to be against the law. I feel like it's a heat crime. It's like a biohazard. It's like a war crime. For you to be running around that motherfucking funky in 100 degrees. It don't make no sense, especially Black people, because we know better. Our parents been making us wear deodorant since we started sweating in elementary school. And now your funky ass think you can run around here with some aluminum-free deodorant on like you don't know no better. So I'm gonna just need y'all to do better. And if nobody else is honest with you, I'm gonna tell you, natural deodorant ain't for everybody in the summer. Now I can mind my business again. God bless y'all. Stay fresh.
Oh, I knew that was coming. I was waiting on that.
If nobody else deserves it, she does, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
This is a test. This is only a test.
I was waiting on it.
I ain't use it all day, but doggone it, I tell you. You're right. Y'all need to find some other way to save the planet besides y'all body.
I keep mine real short. And my brother Kenny, brother from another, you made me want to talk about the Ryan Clark situation. And I'll be real brief. I follow Ryan Clark too, and I'm a major fan of him. Highly intelligent brother, speaks the truth, and it's sad what happened to him. But as you said, my brother, he's gonna be all right. His net worth is anywhere on the low end, $6 million, high end, $12 million. And with his intelligence abilities, he'll be okay. Having said that, Kenny, you made me think about some other things, about how important it is to recognize how tenuous we all are living. There's a lot of people out here living from paycheck to paycheck. And some of us are, 1 or 2 paychecks away from struggling, believe it or not. So I want to just end the show by telling people to don't get caught up in this shit that's not real. There's a parlor game happening, folks, and it's not an accident. You have to recognize the pattern. Gas prices are right back up where they need to be, and by the time we get to Labor Day, they'll go down again. The game they're playing with us as American people, folks, is whenever they need us to infuse money into the economy, then they play games with us.
Right.
Because while their salaries are inflated and they're rewarding themselves, John Q. Citizen, you and I, we're being fucked with no grease. And so it's not an accident that right before the 4th of July, when they wanted us to travel and this, that, and the other, the gas prices dropped,
went down,
and so it's a game, folks. And so to my brother Kenny point, the job don't love you. It's a job. You have to put this shit in perspective. I got paid today technically, but I got paid a day earlier. This is an off check. I moved half of it to my savings. Folks, be smart. Use common sense. Plan for the future. This shit about following every event all around the country, going to Essence Festival, this and folks, in case you're not realizing, I'm talking about Black people, we're under attack. They're trying to erase us. And so as long as we have to wait for these old sons of bitches to die in office, and when they do, I'm a dance a jig. But until that happens, they're dependent on Black dollars. And many of us are selling out our own culture. Jay-Z, fuck you. I know that's your man, but I don't like what he did by selling us out to Target. Having said that, we can't follow entertainers either. We live in the real world, people. Be smart. I'm not telling you not to take trips and have vacations. You can't take this shit with you. Absolutely. I'm going to eat some crab legs as soon as I get off this show and celebrate myself. Do what you must, but also be smart and make sure your bills are paid. Put something back in the corner, because we are headed into the second half of this year for a year you won't believe. Folks, and let me infuse a little reality into you. There's a measles outbreak. There's a virus outbreak for lettuce and shit like that. Because of the record number of heat, the polar ice caps have melted. We are in store for a horrific hurricane tsunami season. So be smart, be careful, use good common sense. And so contrary to popular belief, I'm living okay. But if they let me go tomorrow, I got to make sure that Lee Black is going to be okay. And so use good common sense. Following the Chris Brown and Usher concerts, look at those motherfuckers on YouTube. Put some money back and save.
I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all why I love Puddin' Son so much. Because he is the most complicated. Now, listen, he'll get mad at Jay-Z for screwing America with Target, but he loves him some Sean Diddy Combs.
How did he think of that? Make it make sense.
Woo, Puddin'. I'm telling you, Puddin', I don't know how you raised this boy, but he is.
Kelly's talking McDonald's and playgrounds.
But he's mad at Jay-Z about Target.
He mad at Hov like a motherfucker. He mad at Hov and took his braids down. God damn, hold the
Y'all
two
ain't
braids
right.
down. What the
Y'all
hell?
ain't right.
Well, you got you some Jello right here,
He
honey.
never said he was fair though. He never
Y'all
said
ain't right.
He said,
Let me be
that
thankful.
them for pigs, honey. That's right. So you good Lord. I'm just say putting you found one in him. That's one right there, honey. I'm telling you,
Oh,
he
man.
is one of one. She said I can't afford to go see them. Oh, whoa. Okay. All right. Yeah, floods everywhere. That's right. Y'all just be safe out there. Okay. She
Yes,
said,
sir.
Lee, I just had that discussion with somebody today. All right. Well, listen, let me just ask a quick question. Have you ever had something finished before it even got started?
What was that question?
Sure. Have you ever had something that you were doing to be finished even before it got started?
Boy,
See,
boy, go sit down somewhere. Go to the corner.
Hey man, there's only so many
Say
times
me,
I could.
me when I was on them date naps, I was blocking motherfuckers driving. I'd be driving to the date, blocking folks on the way. Be like, what am I doing? Turn around.
Oh my God.
Brother Black. I'm trying not to laugh because he was laughing before me when you said that.
But listen, I just
Pull
asked
your eyes out the gutter.
I'm telling you.
He go to the corner.
Ain't nobody just you just go answer the question as you ain't. Man.
No, I ain't answer that damn question.
All right,
No.
leaving that alone.
All
I'm
right.
leaving that alone.
No problem, no problem. All right, well, I just wanted to know if y'all ever finished before y'all got started. All right, well, listen. If that was a person, it would look something like this. Y'all take a look at this.
Child.
Woo.
Niggas they go in a straight line, really?
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna just tell you that boy right there. He just signed up for Arizona State. He want to be a social media influencer now because again he's on disability after that moment.
He didn't practice that enough.
He going to Davis influencer school. He going to Davis influencer school.
Oh man, Tori say play it again. Okay, Miss Tori, I'll play it one more time. Here it is. If somebody couldn't finish something before they get started, this is what's gonna look like, Miss Tori.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
that's most people's 2026 this year, so it's okay.
You got
all
that
I'm
right.
telling y'all. Listen, where my brothers were, that's one thing, but right there, that's another thing. All I'm saying, listen, y'all. If you can't finish what you started, just don't even try. Just pull out. I mean, just put it.
Oh, whoa! You know what? I was about to say. You know what? I'm not. Can we go to commercial
Thank you,
break?
Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it, Miss Tori. Thank y'all so much.
Go Green Bay.
Yeah,
that's all I got on that.
All right. Well, listen. Until further notice, let's Devin gone. We're gonna see y'all in 7 days. We out here. That's Devin. That's Kenny, and that's Lee Black. Y'all tell Puddin' we said hello. We out of here. Peace.